Joining me now is Springfield Mayor Rob Rue. Thank you so much, Mayor Rue. Really appreciate your joining us this afternoon.
Thanks for having me on.
I just want to get your reaction to that op-ed by the governor, Governor DeWine. Do you think he went far enough, or do you want to hear even stronger pushback to some of the baseless claims that are being made about Springfield?
The governor's done a very good job of articulating what his points are and how he feels about the situation. He's been incredibly supportive to the city of Springfield, and we're just super appreciative. I think he's done really fine on how he's representing the situation.
Well, you know, last Friday, you said that you did not think it would be a good idea for Trump to visit your city, and yet former President Trump said he plans to do exactly that. He said he wants to visit soon. In fact, I wonder, have you gotten any indication of when that visit might happen? Have you spoken to the former president, and what do you think about him coming now?
No, I've not had any conversation, and you know, it's ultimately going to be his choice to come to town. I've tried to highlight that under the current situation we're in and the spotlight that we've been put under, that it would be a strain to our city. I understand there's many different strains we have in our community, but at this time, it will be difficult. Should he choose to come here, it will be his choice. And of course, the city and the county and other agencies working with the Secret Service will respond in kind.
Will you meet with the former president if he comes to Springfield? And how are you planning for a possible visit?
I think we'll just wait until that point. I don't plan on having any meeting. It's just one of those things that, you know, we'll wait and see what happens and what opportunities are there. I think it will be his decision, like it would be Vice President Harris's decision to come to our town. And so either way.
What is your specific message? Is your message to Trump, don't come to Springfield? What would you say to him?
I think I've been pretty clear prior to this interview that it will be a strain on our resources if he comes. It will be his choice if he comes. If he chose not to come at this time, it would be okay. And I've said that before. At this time, it would be difficult.
We have been tracking and reporting on the various false bomb threats, but that have sent fear throughout your city. The general sense of anxiety, the feelings that migrants are dealing with of fear. Take us inside right now, what it is like to be there. Is that still what is happening on a day-to-day basis?
So look, what I did today is I visited about several of our schools, walked through with principals, teachers, talked with students, let them know that the community is there for them. We care about them, and we care what they're feeling and going through. The kids are curious. You know, it's been a difficult and different week depending on the age. But, you know, our community is resilient. We're a wonderful community, and we will come through this. But there is not a feeling of like there's people out right now using our businesses downtown, you know, at the plaza, eating. I mean, it's obviously it's a little busier than normal, but, you know, our community is functioning. We're a beautiful city.
And did you attend the town hall by Vivek Ramaswamy last night? And what do you think the key takeaway was from that?
I watched some of the town hall last night. I did not attend it. I appreciated somebody with a national stage to come into Springfield and speak level-headedly, and that's what I recognized in him. Whether I agree with exactly everything he says, I believe he delivered well and attempted to listen to people's concerns, and I appreciated that.
Just finally, Mayor, what needs to happen to de-escalate tensions in Springfield right now?
Well, I think it would be helpful if we stopped, if people stopped bringing our city up into the debate of immigration. You know, I've said this before, immigration, there needs to be some sort of reform, some sort of accountability to the policies, and that would be good. And I would call on federal legislators to look into that, far more able than I am. But you know, I don't know what exactly is going to stop. I mean, I think time will tell as well.
All right. Well, we are thinking about all of you there and hoping that happens soon. Mayor Rob Rue, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.